Hi guys, Sasuke here, and today I'm joined with TSS Houses Are Big. Houses has gotten the best of Orin in Atlanta, the second best of Yi in Sydney, and now a top four finish and the best of Yi in Vancouver. How's it going, Houses?
Hey, what's going on, Sasuke? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm really excited to talk to you about Master Yi. I mean, it seems like you're a total expert in the list, so let's just hop right into it. Let's go ahead over the battlefields and why you make those picks.
My game one battlefield is Seat of Power. This battlefield is just a very versatile battlefield. Not It's not a battlefield that can be abused too much by your opponents. Having too many requirements in your game one battlefield, I think, is a little rough. And Seat of Power is also great because in some matchups you can kind of abuse first mate. I'm not forced to do too much in the game to get great use of it. My go first battlefield is Starspring. I love Starspring going first because you basically just mulligan to a 2-drop and first mate. And if you ever get that combination, you have the capacity to score 2 points on your second turn. You know, you send in your Lonely Poro or literally any 2-drop. You first mate target your 2-drop, Star Spring target your 2-drop, send it back to base, and it readies, and then it goes to the other side. Now you're holding both sides, and you have one rune up for, all kinds of things. You might be able to on guard. You might be able to charm a unit that needs removal, such as, the 3-cost Diana. Although you need to be careful with that, but you have a lot of flexibility with that, and it's a lot of decks have difficulty dealing with a 4 might unit on one side and a 5 might unit on the other side. For Emperor's Dice, that is the going second battlefield. This is the secret sauce of the deck, and this battlefield is nuts because what I was looking for on a go second is a conquer battlefield because that's what you tend to do when you're going second. You're trying to push in and get some sort of advantage for doing so, right? So a lot of this deck is built to abuse um, Emperor's Dice, and if you look at let's just go over the units real quick. You have Pit Rookie, which is nuts because if you ever send the Pit Rookie into the Emperor's Dice, you can conquer with it, trigger the dice, put it back in your hand, and replay it, and then you're basically just upgrading your unit there. The next card in that is Scuttle Crab, which is disgusting with Emperor's Dice. If your opponent doesn't move onto the dice, what ends up happening is that your Scuttle Crab just goes there, scores a point, and goes back to your hand, draws you another card, and you've upgraded that Scuttle Crab to a 4-might defender. And probably the best one that you can do, or the best unit here, would be the first mate. You would play first mate since you're going second, your first mate on turn one. And then if you conquer the Emperor's Dice, what you do is, you score, trigger Emperor's Dice, bounce that first mate back to your hand. You get a Sand Soldier there. Replay the first mate, and then ready the new Sand Soldier. And the crazy part about that is if your opponent is not doing too much on the board or can't really contest you from that, you're just gonna keep making a Sand Soldier every turn because you just do literally the same thing.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad you explained it because I think a lot of players are very interested in a lot of these battlefield choices. I think the Star Spring is a bit more standard amongst Yi players. I think a lot of them have kind of come to agree that Star Spring is really powerful, but certainly the Seat of Power and Emperor's Deus have been unique picks, and I mean, they managed to take you to that top four finish. So let's just briefly go over the main deck choices here. I think a lot of people are very interested as to why the Grim Resolve, why the challenge. And yeah, I'll just let you take it over.
The Pit Rookie, that one, I actually get a lot of questions about this one. So in particular, this the 1 might from the buff just does wonders. It just lets you hit a lot of the breakpoints, and it is also a great unit to abuse with the Emperor's Dice that, like I was talking about when we were going over battlefields. So that's why in this particular list, I chose Pit Rookie just to help me hit some of the numbers, and because it's very abusable in this deck. Actions help you win the game one against Aurora, and if you look at all the statistics for the the aggregate matchup win rate matrix for Master Yi, we lose hard to MF because of MF Aurora. We lose hard to Sivir Aurora, um, and we need to try and win that game one. Challenge Challenge is an insane card. It's an incredible card because sometimes you need to hit stuff in the base that you don't want to move. This one of Sabotage is basically Sabotage is a crazy card because it clears the way to insane plays. Like for example, you could take the best card or the thing you can't defy. You take that with Sabotage, and then you just have defy for the other card, or and then you can sequence all your lines to make sure that everything lines up to win those combats. Some another interesting choice or something that people constantly or have asked me a lot about is this primal strength. I like primal strength. It hits these weird breakpoints. It creates like psychological pressure, especially if you're able to find it game one and destroy them with it in game one. I'm also asked a question like, why not White Flame, right? And Primal Strength is nearly a action speed White Flame is another way to put it as well. So that's why I chose the Primal Strength there. Uh, Card like Grim Resolve is insane because it messes up a lot of people's math. This one of copy just did wonders for me throughout the day. Like for example, if I have a Rengar in the mirror match, if I have a Rengar and my opponent has a Rengar, they're defending for 8, right? But then if I send in my Rengar and Grim Resolve, that's a 9 9 that's just a 9 might unit attacking their 8 might unit. Just 1-to-1, I am winning the combat instead of tying the combat. So Grim Resolve was the choice for Grim Resolve was a huge consideration for the mirror match, where you kind of just actually, instead of tying, you win some of these combats. And that's that this one might came up all weekend. So it was an incredible card to just have one of, and to utilize at very opportune times. You do need to time it properly, but this one of is like incredible.
Last thing here, the side deck choices. I feel like the disrupting rakes are probably for the Aurora matchup is alongside those sabotages. I have to imagine almost all of this in the deck here, or in the side deck here, is for the Aurora matchup. Probably save the Alpha Strike, and I can't remember the last name. Marching orders,
Disposal order.
disposal.
Disposal order.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. So I guess just what's the Alpha Strike for, and disposal order for, and when's it best to put them in?
Yeah, so the Alpha Strike is good for if you happen to come across decks with wider boards, or if there are multiple like small to mid-sized units that are trying to break your board. The disposal order is here mostly for purple decks or for Fizz. So one of the main cards it's targeting is Fizz, which if I was able to win in the semifinals, I would have faced Allen's uh, Diana, and that would have disposal order immediately comes in because they play Fizz. Other targets or other things that this is useful for is I guess LeBlanc with Glass Mixologist, because what ends up happening is they need to target the unit that they're going to play, and disposal order will make sure that that unit doesn't come back.
Thank you so much for all of the explanations here. I got a couple of fun questions for you before you go, though. Vendetta is starting to be spoiled. Have you looked at any of the spoilers yet? And if so, which legend are you most excited for?
Oh yeah. Once I just tweeted earlier. I already know what I'm doing for Vendetta. I have 1.6 million mastery on Shen, and I am going to be playing Shen. No question about it. And I'm looking to cosplay Surgeon Shen for the RQ. So once I saw Shen, I literally just stopped looking at spoilers. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't care about anything else. I knew what I was doing, and there's no question about it.
Any shout outs you want to give before we head out?
Yeah, shout out to my team TSS, the Secret Sauce. It's actually crazy because the week leading up to Vancouver, I was feeling a little hesitant about Yi, because mostly because the the week of testing before is just constantly I was getting O2'd by my teammates. They were tearing up the E list, and I was having serious doubts about how well it could perform. As people who follow me on Twitter, they saw that I was tweeting some crazy stuff on day two morning where I said like Yee's not a I don't think Yee's a deck that could top eight, which that's a whole nother debate, but um I would say like, man, I don't think I'm a top eight. I'm just here to try and get an invite, right? Try to get a top 64. And we made it very far, and I'm very grateful for that. Everything was on my side that day, but you know, I the the team has been very incredible resource. A lot of great players in there that know their way around uh, the game as a whole. So we will be creating a team Metafy soon that'll have multiple best of guides, including my own. We're working on just having all of our team members' content in one place. So we're going to be working on getting Gale wins and his best of Lilia from Vancouver. Uh, no veggies and his best of Poppy from Vancouver as well. And of course, yours truly. We're gonna have my own best of Yi top four Yi uh, a guide on there as well, probably within the next week or two. We're sorting things out right now, but that's the plan.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Um, Again, guys, if you haven't already, please give Houses a big a follow on Twitter, and be on the lookout for TSS's Metafy. And with that said, guys, we'll see you in the next one.